Hello everyone, welcome back to the online class of English literature. Hope you all are well, doing your studies regularly and you are utilizing your time properly, right? I Rakesh, your English teacher. Once again, I am back with the new chapter that is The Invention of Shoes, written by Rabindranath Tagore, everyone known. This that has been introduced in the books, in the roots book of your class 8 English literature. So, this poem was originally written in the language Bengali under the title that is your Juta Aviskar. Later it translated in different languages. So, this is a quite humorous poem written by Rabindranath Tagore. So, before we go ahead the poem itself, let's have a few words about the poet. So, here the poet Rabindranath Tagore, or we can call Poet-R.N.Tagore, he was born 1861 and died 1941. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1913 for his collection of poems that popularly known as Gitanjali. He was the first Asian and the first songwriter to receive this honor. He wrote his first poem when he was 8 years old. Tagore was quite prolific. He wrote thousands of poems and songs as well as essays and stories. The most striking feature of his poems is the depiction of ordinary people in ordinary situations that have been brought into the focus by his poetic genius that is known as Ravindra Sangeet. Okay, so and he also popularly known for his national anthem. He was the best for the writing the national anthem in two nations, that is India and Bangladesh. In our morning assembly, what we are singing Jan Gan Man, that one written by Rabindranath Tagore. This one is the brief hint of R.N.Tagore. Now, we will go to the summary of this lesson, that means poem. This poem written in a simple language, in natural style or talking language. The poem conveys a powerful message about what happens when someone in power takes a whimsical decision. It also portrays in the ability of most people to use their common sense to solve the problem. This is simple language written here, simple language. When you will read, you can understand how simple that words are written here. So, that is the heading. So, we will know the summary. So, here the character names are different from book to book. In our book, that written in your is a Hobu and Gobu. Hobu is the king and Gobu is the minister. But in some other books written Hobu Roy, Gobu Roy and Hobu Chandra, Gobu Chandra. But we will read as a Hobu and Gobu because it written in our book. This poem was actually written for children. It was supposed to be a funny poem. When you will read, you will feel, but it had a reason. It has included in your syllabus because it has a deep meaning behind it. It is not a metaphor, but it shows the true nature of human. You will see that as we go on the poem, you will see that the king who was supposed to protect his people and the land he rules, he became selfish for the only reason the soil turns his feet dirty. Is a summary of this lesson. Okay, then after what he did for that for the eradication or for changing that all, we will read one by one according to the stanza. So let's move to the stanza. So here written, said good King Hobu to Minister Gobu, I have pondered all night. Is it just that whenever my feet should land on the street, they come to be sullied by dust? What? So the poem begins like this. There was a king named Hobu who told his mantri, or you can call as a minister, Gobu, look, all through last night I was impatient in thought. That's why my feet should be dirty by soil whenever I step on ground. Your wages you draw, but you don't care a straw to solve the demands of the king. Okay, what he says? He says, you all take so much salary, but never take care about such of my troubles. It's rank plot to foil me, my own soil to soil me. Okay, so what he said, my own land dares to soil my food. What a disorder in my kingdom. Unless you can find a solution, you are all doomed to swift dissolution. What's it? Then he says, immediately find some remedies of this new sin, otherwise I should not spare any one of you. So Gobu the terrified minister, at these words sinister, broke into cold sweat with fright. The pandits grew pale, and the courteous ones hell lay sleeplessly tossing all night. In the minister's home there was weeping and gloom. The fires in the kitchen grew cold. So what? So Gobu thought a lot when he said or he scolded. So that time Gobu sweated top to bottom to scare. That means in scare. So he frightened already. Faces of the scholars of the court became fused. Officers' nights became sleepless, and their families started weeping and crying. They all gave up cooking and other household works. That means nothing, they all are thinking only about the minister, about the king's word. Till crazed with fears, his beard drenched in tears, he fell at the king's feet and told, but how can we live if denied the dust from your feet sanctified? Now what in when the minister cried, by crying he that wet, okay, filled with the tears, and he fell at the king's feet. Then he came to the king's feet, told, if your foot remains free of dust, then how you will get your dust of your holy feet? That means here said, if you will not put your foot in our land, then how we will get the soil that is called holy feet, or we are calling as a padholi. That's a question in need. King Hobu agreed, but maybe should come After much, we need to discourse on this problem of yours, but meanwhile get rid of the dust. So what? But the king pleased said, okay, I understood. But of but first of all, you drive out the task, then you think about the holy fate. You are getting good money. I don't think it's funny. You can't tackle problem like this. There seems little point why I should appoint the scientist with long degrees. So what says, you are taking good money, but I don't think that is a joke for you. You can't tackle like this problem, and why I will keep like this what we are calling scientist, those who have high degrees. And what is the work of this scientist? So deal with the first thing first, or else be prepared for the worst. So what said? What I said, you do first, otherwise I will punish you. The Zoali chided. Poor Gobu decided to call the wise men of the land. So what's happened? This matter who spread whole the kingdom. Then what the Gobu thought, I will call all the wise men. Okay, because he want to take decision and he want to get rid of the soil. Each satchel mechanic was summoned in panic. They studied and brooded and scanned with spectacles perched. On the nose they searched, and they took 19 barrels of snuff. So what they did? When the minister called all the wise men, they all came, all the mechanic, everyone came, and they researched. At last they took 19 barrels of snuff, like one type of chemical. Okay, so they took two. They started first to get rid of that dirty parts or that soil. Then warned, if the crust of the earth lost its dust, you could not grow food grains enough. And they warned when they want to start. So before they warned, we will do, but in the crust of the earth, if we will take out this all, that means in next time you will not get food. Why? What are you wise men worth? Said the king, can't you tackle the dirt? So what said? Then why that wise men are here? You can't tackle. Tackle means you can sort out this problem. You can't. After some more discussion, they found a solution, which was to buy millions of brooms. So after that, they decided, okay, this one we will not do. So what we will do? We will purchase brooms. Okay, that brooms we are using in our home to wipe. That is that you know that the sweepers are doing it all. So the king could not breathe, for the dust from the street was driven right into his rooms. What happened when they started sweeping that all soil? So what happened? Everywhere that dust. So what happened? That king can't breathe, and the street is filled with dust, and all that, not only street, even the home and the king's palace also filled with dust. The people that passed were blinded with dust. So, those who are moving here and there or in that place, they all the dust filled in their eyes, okay, and they felt that blind. They coughed and they sneezed in the ditch. The dust floated down and veiled all the town. The sun disappeared in the hedge. So, what happened when they all did like this? That means they coughed and they sneezed. You know, when smoke or dust, anything will go into our nose, so automatic cough will come, sneezing will come. So, that everywhere filled with dust, the whole town filled with dust. And not only that, the sun also disappeared by the with the head. That means when the whole kingdom started sweeping, that means the dust covered the atmosphere and we can't see the sun also. So, here written the sun disappeared in the hedge. Hope is a funny poem. Okay. So, here he can use the common sense, but they not used. They used, that means many more things. Clear? So, if the king said you do this one, but they will start doing that. They have no sense to use you to convince like this. That what we will do? We will continue second chapter, that means second part in our next class. So, for you the word banks are given. Read the word banks and note down the words what written here in your copy and try to read the poem. Clear? So, here this all if you read stanza wise, then you can understand the proper meaning. Okay. I hope you understood. We will meet in our next class. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.